Hello and welcome to Lovely English Stories. Thank you for stopping by. This story is written for intermediate English learners. You can download the PDF transcript of this and other stories as an all-access Patreon on our Patreon page. Ready? Let's get started. B1 English Story. My Family. Love them or hate them, we all have one. Sometimes we get on. Sometimes we are at each other's throats. Some people choose not to talk to them, and others talk to them every day. Some people prefer to choose them from their friends rather than rely on the ones given to them via blood. Yes, that's right. We are talking about families. Families can be complicated, but they can also be wonderful. Families can be hard work, but they can also bring so much joy. Some people decide to go on and start their own families, and others choose not to. Everyone's family or family situation is unique, and that's what makes them so special. Some people might be adopted or fostered by their families. Some people might lose their families in tragic accidents, and other people's family members might live to a ripe old age. My family is rather ordinary. My name is Sophia. I have two older brothers. They are called Tyler and Marcus. Tyler is a firefighter, and Marcus is a children's nurse at the local hospital. I am training to be a town planner. It's challenging work, but I enjoy it. Our parents were born and raised in England. They met at a local disco and got married within a year. That was quite normal for back then. They didn't live together until they got married, and they lived in a little flat above a shop. For 2 years, they saved up for a deposit on a house. It would definitely take longer than 2 years to save for a deposit these days. They moved to the house where I grew up. It was a 3-bedroomed, semi-detached with a big back garden and a small driveway. They worked incredibly hard to be able to keep up with the mortgage payments. I had the small box room, and my brothers shared one of the double rooms. My brothers both went on to marry. Tyler is married to his childhood sweetheart, Vanessa. She works as a sonographer. Vanessa is a wonderful sister-in-law. We get on incredibly well. We often go out for dinner and drinks together. I see her as my older sister. I can talk to her about anything. She is very open and non-judgmental. My other brother, Marcus, married a woman called Carly. They only stayed together for 3 years. She cheated on him, so they got divorced. He's still upset about it. We all feel quite disappointed in Carly. We didn't think she'd do something like that to our brother. My wider family is quite big. My mum has 4 siblings. She has 2 sisters and twin brothers. One of her sisters, my Auntie June, lives in Germany. She moved there to be with her German boyfriend, who she met when traveling in America. They've been together for 20 years now. They decided not to have children, and instead they travel the world and live a very carefree lifestyle. My mum's older sister, Veronica, lives just down the road from me. I see her all the time. She isn't very well, so I try to pop in and see her as often as I can. Her daughter, my cousin Julie, moved away to go to university, so she only sees her during the semester breaks. She calls her every day. They're very close. I know Julie worries about her mum all the time. Her dad, my Uncle Brian, died in a car accident when she was only small. My mum's twin brothers, Darren and Daniel, both live in London. They went to the same university and trained up to be paramedics. Now they both work in the capital. So if you see an ambulance pass you by, it could be them. They love their work. They're so caring and kind. They're possibly the most considerate people I've ever met. Daniel is now a dad to 2 small twin girls. He's got his hands full, but he loves it. I always enjoy visiting them and spoiling the children. My dad's side of the family is massive. I don't know who a lot of my cousins are. Before I was born, there was a huge argument in the family. My dad still won't talk about it to this day. As a result of the rift, my dad and his sister don't talk to their other siblings. I've only ever met my Auntie Pat. She married a lovely man who is also called Pat. They have 2 children, my cousins, Paula and Owen. Paula lives in Manchester and works for a huge corporate company as a HR manager, and Owen is currently travelling Australia and living his dream life. They are like chalk and cheese. We always try to meet up at Christmas. I love catching up with them. Aside from my blood relatives, I also see my friends as being my family. As the saying goes, you can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family. I'm lucky that I have a lovely group of friends who I try to see as much as I can. Now that some of my friends are having children and getting married, our circle continues to grow. Next year, I'm going to 4 weddings, and 2 of my friends are due to have babies. I also have some friends who live abroad. I saved up all my spending money through my teenage years. So when I was 18, I went to New Zealand for 6 months. I worked at a winery and met some wonderful people with who I am still in touch with. I try to visit them every few years, and they've been to the UK twice since we met. Once we have a special connection with people, it doesn't matter how far apart you are. You can still stay connected and maintain your friendships. I see my New Zealand friends as my extended family. They really looked after me when I travelled there. I love having a close family. Of course, we don't always get along and see eye to eye, but I know they'll be there for me, and I will definitely always try to do all I can for them. At the moment, I'm not sure if I want to extend my family and have children. Maybe it's something I will consider in the future, but let's see where life takes me. For now, I'm content to enjoy the family and extended family I am lucky enough to have. How would you describe your family? Tell us in the comments below. We hope you enjoyed this lovely English story. Thank you for stopping by. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you soon.